If you want to travel solo but find the idea daunting or awkward, here are some suggestions to make it easier and less overwhelming. Number 1. To start, pick a destination closer to home that feels comfortable. Ease your way into solo traveling by gradually spreading your wings. As you get more comfortable, you can select braver and bolder destinations. Number 2. Select a guided tour or cruise that does everything for you, so all you have to do is follow their lead. I often think that navigation is the scariest part of traveling solo, so having a guided tour can eliminate that anxiety. Also, when on a guided tour, you are automatically in a group of fellow travelers where you can begin to interact. My first big trip was a cruise to Australia and New Zealand. I was happily surprised that they had a solo traveler meeting at the beginning of the cruise where I met other solo travelers. We ate meals together, joined each other on excursions, and connected socially through the trip. So many of these guided tours and cruises make sure to include ways to connect with other passengers. Oh, and I should mention that there are guided tours and cruises that cater specifically to solo travelers, offer zero single supplements, or at least offer discounts for solo travelers. Whenever they offer deals for solo travelers, you can bet that you will find other solo travelers taking them up on the same deal. Number 3. Choose a destination that is right for you at this stage in your life. It is okay to push yourself, but you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you can't handle the physical work. For example, if you have knee problems, then you might not want to visit a place that requires lots of stairs. You might have been a great hiker in the past, but maybe you need to scale back now. Think about what fascinates you the most and try to tailor your destination around your favorite passions. Number 4. Choose a safe destination. Check the State Department's travel warnings for any country in which you plan to travel. If it has some warnings and you still want to go there, then consider booking with a tour group or cruise and then stick with their excursions so that there is safety in numbers. Number 5. If the travel part doesn't bother you, but being alone does, then select a destination that speaks your language. If you are an English speaker, there are over 15 English-speaking countries, but there are also many countries where much of the population speaks enough English for you to communicate. You will feel much more comfortable on your own if you can at least speak the language. There are some travel destinations where you will feel more conspicuous on your own than others, such as a romantic city or a place where your nationality will stand out. That doesn't mean you shouldn't travel there, but if you want to avoid feeling awkward or alone, then try to find a city where you can speak the language and blend in. Number 6. Once you've worked your way up to traveling in a country that speaks a foreign language, don't be afraid to use technology to guide you. Google Translator is an example of an app that can help you communicate by reading signs for you or interpreting. But also, try to learn some basic phrases before you leave town, such as "thank you," "where's the bathroom?" and "check please." Number 7. Before you leave home, share a detailed itinerary with your loved ones and plan to text them every morning. In this way, they won't be worried about you. If something does go wrong and you don't text, they have a contact number to track you down. Number 8. For seniors, it is a good idea to have travel insurance, especially when traveling solo, since you won't have anyone to advocate for you if you are injured. Make sure you keep a digital copy of your coverage on your phone so that you have that information if you suddenly need it. Also learn what the emergency number is in any foreign city in which you travel. It is not always 911. Number 9. Don't think that because other people are traveling with partners that they don't want to interact with you. More often than not, travelers are open to meeting other travelers. You will be surprised at how many people make sure to include you when they find out you are traveling solo. You will also meet other solo travelers, which can be great fun, but don't cut yourself off from meeting non-solo travelers. Number 10. Pack light. When you are on your own, overpacking can be especially burdensome. The less you have, the less you will find yourself struggling with your belongings. Number 11. If possible, schedule your arrival during the daytime. Daylight makes everything easier, especially if you are uncomfortable with the language or surroundings. If you arrive at night, take a taxi or Uber from the airport, which should be safer and easier than trying to navigate public transportation in the dark. However, make sure you check into transportation from the airport in advance. Each city is different, and you should research in advance what the safest modes of transportation are. Number 12. Speaking of safety, don't ignore your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Don't go into private spaces with people you don't know. Try to remain in public spaces. As a rule, I don't tend to wander around in the evening in strange cities unless I know that the area is safe. But even then, I always try to be cautious. Again, learn in advance if there are any safety precautions for the city you are visiting. For example, in Santiago, Chile, I was told to take an Uber instead of a taxi because it was safer. In summary, traveling alone doesn't need to be scary or awkward. It gives you the freedom to explore at your own pace and provides you an opportunity to meet new people. When you travel alone, you are much more open and alert and see your surroundings in new ways. If you can't find a companion, don't stop yourself from doing what you love. Just take the baby steps, and eventually you will find that it is easier than you thought. And if you have any suggestions for solo travelers, please share in the comments section below. And if you'd like to follow my senior and solo travel journeys, please subscribe. Cheers!